Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and what a game what that was. What a derby between Borussia Dortmund and Bayern Munich. It has certainly lived up to its hype. The game ends 1-1. But I mean, it was a really good game of football, a breathtaking game of football. You got everything you wanted from in that game. Bayern dominating for majority of the game for most part. Borussia Dortmund coming back. Borussia Dortmund scoring, a typical Borussia Dortmund goal on the counter attack. With that pace, and it was an amazing game football. Let's go and start talking about it. I would say that if you look at it from the outskirts, in a way, it looked like a 50-50 game, but I would give it like a 55 to 60-40 edge to Bayern Munich in terms of performance. Even though they were the away side, I think they basically dominated Borussia Dortmund a bit more as compared to like Dortmund did. Dortmund played to their strengths. To be very honest with you, they know how good they are on the counter attack. They have that pace on the wings, and they really played to in that sort of style. They let Bayern Munich have the ball. Company went to in a way to his roots. What Guardiola sort of has taught him, what he has done under Guardiola. So he went with that. Munich had in a way not that much of a ball, but as still like a lot of the ball that Munich had, and they sort of set the tempo of the game for a majority of the game. Munich was the team that set the tempo of the game. They looked a lot more under control as compared to Dortmund. But still, like, they were not really able to do anything with that. They created a lot of good chances for Bayern Munich. They lost Harry Kane early on through to injury. That was a big blow to them as well. So it was quite an interesting, a game. You have like one of it happens in games like this that you have big moments, and then when Jamie Gettings got the goal and they had lost. Harry Kane, you just thought for a second that maybe this is the game where Bayern Munich finally lose the game, and they get their first defeat of the season, and that is going to blow up the title race wide open for everybody. But it doesn't happen. I mean, before I go any further, that goal from Gettings, I mean, what a goal! The way he gets the ball, almost the ball is about to go outside of the play, but he manages to keep hitting, and then he makes that run, leaves the defender behind with his pace, comes into the six-yard board and takes a shot. Basically it went in like a rocket. Neuer had no chance. You're talking about Manuel Neuer, but still he had no chance to keep that ball out of it. It was an amazing stunning goal from Jamie Gettings, and the entire stadium went crazy. So the entire stadium went crazy when that goal came in. I mean, that sort of reminded me of Gareth Bale a few years ago, that he scored in against Barcelona in the Copa del Rey. That was that kind of a goal. It was an amazing goal, to be very honest with you. And it was one of those games, one of those goals that you hope that wins you the game. And for a majority of the time, it looked like that Dortmund were going to win the game. As second half, I mean, Bayern Munich, they were relentless to get that equalizer. They knew how important this was. They needed not to lose this game. I would a little bit criticism of Borussia Dortmund from my side would be like they did not play the second half as well as they did in the first half. I mean, they were more attacking in the first half. They created more chances. They looked more threatening in that first half as compared to second half. I mean, they as the game went by, they sort of resided to the fact that they started to go deep in their defense. This really doesn't work. I said it just before in the other video as well. In the Leverkusen game as well, I said it doesn't really work. Union Berlin, when they went back and back, when they tried to do it, it doesn't really work, and it happened in this game as well. Borussia Dortmund, in the last 10-15 minutes, they started to go back. Bayern Munich continued to press on, and they tried to attack as much as they could have. Borussia Dortmund, they still played with that attitude that they are going to hit them on the counter, but you just see in the first half how far away in their defenders were as compared to the second half. They kept on coming deep and it becomes hard not only for the defenders to defend deep, and it becomes hard for you to play that counter-attacking system, because the more you are in your half, it becomes impossible for that counter-attacking system to work. So it became sort of especially in the left, from that 73rd minute, I think, when they got at the corner. From that moment on, it looked like that it's just a matter of time when Bayern Munich are going to score. And they did. Again, it was a set ball. they miss the free kick. The ball comes to Coman, he crosses it in, and it is Jamal Musiala again with a header. I mean, what is this story with Jamal Musiala of all people with a header? I mean, it is. I said I did like just like I said, this game had everything you would have wanted. It was a blockbuster event, and to be very honest, it delivered to be very like a blockbuster event should. In my opinion, it was a fair result. I don't think that Bayern did enough to win the game. I don't think Borussia Dortmund did enough to win that game. I think it was a fair result. I think both set of Dortmund would have been a bit sad because they conceded so late on. I mean, if they had conceded this goal, let's say around the 60-minute mark, the 65th minute mark, and the game ends 1-1, I mean, both side of fans would have been really happy and they would be, yeah, it was a fair game and whatnot. But just because Dortmund have conceded so late, it is gonna hurt them a lot more as compared to if it would have hurt them in the 65th minute. But the fact of the matter is, in my opinion, none of the teams deserve to win that game. It was a really good game. Both teams really went for it. It was, as I say, it was a blockbuster event, and it really delivered. And now the repercussions, implications of this on the title race is going to be huge. Dortmund are still 10 points behind Bayern Munich, but now the other teams around them, Leipzig, are going to be kicking themselves that they lost tonight. What has gone wrong with Leipzig, I have no idea about it. Leverkusen, a big win. I said before this game as well, when I made that video about about Leverkusen, that it was a big win for them. They are now just 7 points behind Bayern Munich. They are, they keep getting closer to them. The gap was 9 before this, now it is 7, so they are now in a way you can say touching distance of Bayern Munich. And I think the biggest team that is the team that is going to be really happy are Frankfurt. They have a game in hand, and if they win their game tomorrow, they're like just 4 points behind Bayern Munich. So Frankfurt having the surprise package of this season. But you still don't know what can happen. Leverkusen are still in the title race. Leipzig are 4 by Borussia Dortmund, still 10 points behind, but I still think they are in the title race. The title race is not really over. Bayern Munich, they would be, they would come out of this game saying we went away to one of our biggest rivals, probably their biggest rivals, and they did not lose the game. Their undefeated streak is there. Their title charge is still going on. So they are gonna be really happy about it. In a way, they basically got they would have wanted to. They did not want to lose the game, and they did not. And I mean, the performance was really good for them as well. Dortmund themselves, I mean, they should be really proud. I said it was a really great game of football. The only thing is they would be a bit disappointed that they held on for so long to concede a goal in its 86, 87 minutes, especially of the game of such magnitude. Is always gonna hurt you. So that is the only thing that is gonna be they are gonna be mad about. Apart from that, it was a really great game of football. I think both it was the first time that two young coaches were coaching were the managers of such a big game company and Sahin, both of them the players of their generation, great players of their generation. And then they're managing two of the biggest giants of German football, and it was an amazing atmosphere. Great game of football, and in my opinion, a fair result. That's it from me in this video. Let me know what you guys thought of the entire of the game, Dortmund's performance, Bayern's performance. What do you think it is going to happen in the title race after this game? Who do you think are the favorites in the title race as well? Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well. Click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 500 subscribers before the end of this year. So please go ahead and help the channel out and subscribe to it. Until next time, bye bye.